Hello, fellow heirs. Welcome back to Weekday Wind Down with the Word, where we are reading through the book of Numbers. And today we will be reading the 23rd chapter of Numbers in the NLT version. This chapter includes Balaam blessing Israel, Balaam's second message, and Balaam's third message. So with that being said, let's start reading. Balaam blesses Israel. Then Balaam said to King Balak, "Build me 7 altars here, and prepare 7 young bulls and 7 rams for me to sacrifice." Balak followed his instructions, and the 2 of them sacrificed a young bull and a ram on each altar. Then Balaam said to Balak, "Stand here by your burnt offerings, and I will go to see if the Lord will respond to me. Then I will tell you whatever he reveals to me." So Balaam went alone to the top of a bare hill, and God met him there. Balaam said to him, "I have prepared 7 altars and have sacrificed a young bull and a ram on each altar." The Lord gave Balaam a message for King Balak. Then he said, "Go back to Balak and give him my message." So Balaam returned and found the king standing beside his burnt offerings with all the officials of Moab. This was the message Balaam delivered. "Balak summoned me to come from Aram. The king of Moab brought me from the eastern hills. 'Come,' he said, 'curse Jacob for me. Come and announce Israel doomed.' But how can I curse those whom God has not cursed? How can I condemn those whom the Lord has not condemned? I see them from the cliff top. I watch them from the hills. I see a people who live by themselves, set apart from other nations. Who can count Jacob's descendants as numerous as dust? Who can count even 1/4 of Israel's people? Let me die like the righteous. Let my life end like theirs." Then King Balak demanded of Balaam, "What have you done to me? I brought you to curse my enemies. Instead, you have blessed them." But Balaam replied, "I will speak only the message that the Lord put in my mouth." Balaam's second message. Then King Balak told him, "Come with me to another place. There you will see another part of the nation of Israel, but not all of them. Curse at least that many." So Balak took Balaam to the plateau of Zophim on Pisgah Peak. He built 7 altars there and offered a young bull and a ram on each altar. Then Balaam said to the king, "Stand here by your burnt offerings while I go over there to meet the Lord." And the Lord met Balaam and gave him a message. Then he said, "Go back to Balak and give him my message." So Balaam returned and found the king standing beside his burnt offerings with all the officials of Moab. "What did the Lord say?" Balak asked eagerly. This was the message Balaam delivered. "Rise up, Balak, and listen. Hear me, son of Zippor. God is not a man, so he does not lie. He is not human, so he does not change his mind. Has he ever spoken and failed to act? Has he ever promised and not carried it through? Listen, I received a command to bless. God has blessed, and I cannot reverse it. No misfortune is in his plan for Jacob. No trouble is in store for Israel, for the Lord their God is with them. He has been proclaimed their king. God brought them out of Egypt. For them he is as strong as a wild ox. No curse can touch Jacob. No magic has any power against Israel. For now it will be said of Jacob, 'What wonders of God has done for Israel.' These people rise up like a lioness, like a majestic lion rousing itself. They refuse to rest until they have feasted on prey, drinking the blood of the slaughter." Then Balak said to Balaam, "Fine, But if you won't curse them, at least don't bless them. But Balaam replied to Balak, didn't I tell you that I can do only what the Lord tells me? Balaam's third message. Then King Balak said to Balaam, come, I will take you to one more place. Perhaps it will please God to let you curse them from there. So Balak took Balaam to the top of the Mount Peor, overlooking the wasteland. Balaam again told Balak, build me 7 altars and prepare 7 young bulls and 7 rams for me to sacrifice. So Balak did as Balaam ordered and offered a young bull and a ram on each altar. And that concludes the reading of Numbers 23 in the NLT version. What I see is that King Balak was very persistent. I don't know if I would be that persistent telling the Lord to curse his own people. I know that comes from a place of my having a relationship with our Father, and Balak clearly didn't have a relationship with the God of Israel. So, it's a little bit different. But he was very persistent in asking for the Lord to curse his own people. And for me, I don't know if I was Balaam, if I would keep going to the Lord for Balak. I think at one point I would be like, now the Lord has given his instructions. I'm not going to go back to him and ask. Now, if he wants me to do something different, I'm sure he'll let me know. But I'm not going to keep going back to the Lord asking him if he'll curse his own people for you. I probably would have been getting frustrated at that point. But then I probably would have been killed because he's a king. I don't know. The Lord probably wouldn't allow me to be killed. But there's just so much to think about in this. It's very interesting to say the least. But anyway, I want to know what your thoughts are on this chapter. I think God was very clear in that he wasn't going to curse his children. And I think sometimes when the Lord just tells us stuff, just take it at face value. He is the Lord. He shouldn't be mocked. So please let me know what you thought about this chapter in the comments below. And thank you once again for listening to Weekday Wind Down with the Word. And have a nice life in Jesus Christ. And continue to be blessed. Bye.